Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to Pheonix Wright. We're the Peopleorians, I'm Bluejack, that's Taylor, and we're playing this game.
Playing Pheonix Wright, Ace Attorney. When we last left off, we were, they're all called Turnabout, I believe, and this is Samurai Turnabout?
Samurai Turnabout, yeah.
Yep. He, was the evil magistrate, or the guy playing the evil magistrate, not Will Powers, Jack Hammer, was stabbed with the samurai spear from the Steel Samurai. Everyone thinks it's Will Powers because, get access to the spear and the suit or whatever. But he doesn't really have motive. But apparently that doesn't matter that much in a, that doesn't matter much in Pheonix Wright cases. I kind of wish it did, though. You know, where it's like, I don't think I Your Honor, the Will Powers is an actor for this show, a show that would be abruptly halted and stopped for quite a while if his coworker were to die.
Right.
And we don't have any record of them disliking each other.
Yeah, that is weird.
Let my dog out.
Ah, it's your ladder. Look, Pheonix, a ladder.
Look, Pheonix, a ladder. We can use this to traverse pits.
That's a step ladder.
It's the ladder that stepped up. Oh, what's the difference? Just stop judging things. It's a narrow-minded cultural assumption today.
That's not what... right, sorry. This girl is out there. No! A stepladder is not a No, a stepladder is like an indoor ladder. A ladder is like for outside.
Although,
to
I guess
get
if
on
you're defining
rooftops
a step ladder by
shit.
if it has rungs or steps, then yeah, that's a step ladder. It's big blocky steps.
Yeah, also true.
Hold on, let me turn this light back on. I always turn the light on when I let my dog out because I'm sure he has dog eyes, but I don't want him to just be in the dark.
Yeah, also you want to be able to see him.
That's the chair the director sits in.
Look, Pheonix, a chair. We can use this for relaxation times.
We can use this for comfort points. I just wanted to sit in one of these. Nick, take a look at that.
I wanna.
One of those black and white boards that they clap at the start of filming. I used to do this really dumb gag where when I was making like home films, hold on, don't touch anything. When I was making like home movies, I would have like a fake clapboard with like pieces of wood, and I would say like marker, and then I would just hold up a marker in front of that.
Nice.
Like I'm still not sure what the phrase marker means. Come on, inside.
Man, I don't know.
But yeah, I'd be like marker and action.
Marker and action.
Look, a megaphone, a real life megaphone. I got a megaphone, and it's super loud. I got a megaphone. It will disperse this crowd.
Yo, dude, check it out. It's a megaphone. Hey, how's our audio? Is our audio good?
Let me check on.
Oh, I'm currently trying to catch up with the MCU right now.
You set it to Bluejack mode.
Yeah, I set it to Bluejack mode. What's that?
Oh yeah, I'm a little muffly actually. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in like my realsy dealsy mic.
Oh yeah, that might be good. Taylor's
it's in my
mic.
desk over here. And now I'm gonna mute the stream so I'm not hearing everything twice.
Probably a good idea.
Oh, I read that by the way.
Oh, shit. Right. We're a live megaphone. Ellipses.
Ready, Nick?
No.
I put it under...
No, I am not. This girl is more
Action.
troubled than I thought! Did you?
I was worried that we got sort of bottlenecks, but now that we got this extra area here with all these details, I think we'll get some more clues.
Yeah. Is the audio better now?
I haven't plugged in my new mic yet. When I do, you'll know because I'll suddenly cut out because I have to reconnect.
Ah, yeah.
It's like a Discord rule that you can't just automatically switch audio, which I actually think is a security thing. It means that you can't like trick it into switching audio ports. You have to manually. I'll be right back.
Taylor again his mic. And while he's doing that, I don't know. I've been catching up with the MCU because I fell out of it a while ago. I fell out of it after like
and I heard
3.
I fell out of it a while ago.
Was that?
Wait, can you hear me? Hold
Yeah,
on.
I can hear you now. I was talking about the MCU while waiting for you to get your mic plugged in.
Let's see here. It should be. Yeah, that's it. All right, and let me just check the audio over here.
Chicken the audio, net, chicken the audio, net.
All right, that sounds pretty good. And let me make sure that I can see the chat as well. There we go. Nice. Right, you were saying you got out of something and now you're back into...
I'm back to watching MCU stuff again. I fell out of it like after Phase 3. Well, technically I fell out of it after WandaVision and during my attempt to watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But I got back to it recently. And I watched the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It was good, and then I watched Loki. It was weird. Why is he dating himself? That's weird. But I just got done watching Shang-Chi. That's how far I am now. I watched Multiverse of Madness like a while ago, way before I watched any of this other stuff. And I ended up watching Moon Knight ahead of schedule as well because of how like isolated it is. And my friend
what would have been really spicy?
What?
If you watch them in the order that when they were announcing, what was it, Phase 4 or whatever, and they had the original order, what if that's how you watch them?
Well, I mean...
Because I forget what order they were supposed to be in, but I always felt that, I feel like Loki should have been first, because none of the multiverse stuff makes sense unless Loki has already happened.
I mean, technically Loki was before any of the multiverse stuff happened because WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier didn't really deal with any of that shit.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But, yeah. Loki was a weird one. I just got done watching Shang-Chi, though, and that was a good time. I like the Ten Rings. The Ten Rings are cool.
I really like Shang-Chi, I love the choreography, all the fights and stuff. They were really fun and energetic, and I feel like there's this big hole where, at least in my opinion, it feels like there's this big hole where the kung fu style movies should exist as huge blockbusters, and that they're just not. If anything, that's where that's sort of the niche that John Wick was in, where I was watching this thing and someone was talking about how John Wick is a martial arts film with guns, where they're using guns choreographically in the same style.
Gun fu!
Just a ranged punch. And that once you use that logic, you can make a really good action film, but in a sort of martial arts style.
Yeah.
And it also it extends to the tropes and themes and such.
Kyle's here. He says, "Hey
more...
guys, happy holidays, Merry Christmas Eve, and all that." Same to you, Kyle.
Well, do you think how there was a Clone Wars cartoon, and then there was another Clone Wars cartoon, and all you have to do is be yeah, the 3D one is canon, and the 2D one isn't. Do you think Disney is gonna be hey, what if you know, people really like martial arts films. What if we just make an Iron Fist film? Or what if we just take all the best stuff all the lessons we learned from our really not that great Iron Fist series, and made that either a show or a movie, and just pretend and just went, yeah, no, this was happening in the background. Don't even worry about it.
I'd be good with that. Hey, here's something. Shang-Chi hangs out in a magic like other dimension town and has like cool martial arts abilities, and Danny Rand hangs out in like an interdimensional town and has like cool martial arts abilities. Why aren't they teamed up?
It would be funny if they met.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Like, I mean, there's Talo and then there's Kunlun. Like, what are there other? Okay, is it me or do Talo and Kunlun feel like they should exist in the same dimension, or at least be like super parallel to each other?
Well, it's like, I imagine it's like the Nether in Minecraft, where if you go into the other realm, you'll go across those two towns within like a day's walk.
Yeah.
That would be really cool. I love the idea that there's just a bunch of like linked mystery towns that are all like together.
Yeah, that'd make a
really
cool video game.
Well, it would be cool for like fast travel, whatever. But I like the concept that like there's a bunch of martial arts styles. It would have that same feel as like in the Pirates of the Caribbean, where all the pirates get in the same room, and you're like, oh wow, there's a lot going on here. But there's just an alternate realm that's like a bunch of what's the word? Just a bunch of like sort of portals that lead to these like sort of like valley villages where people have learned like cool magic martial arts.
Yeah.
And they're just all over the place.
Man, that'd be cool.
Yeah, it would be funny if they got to meet each other. But the thing is that you would need an Iron Fist show or film or whatever to like build them up before they met and then mistakenly fought each other. Because if there's one thing I know about Marvel at this point, it's heroes mistakenly fighting each other.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, it happens all the time. But okay, here's an idea. You know how there's like you know how Marvel has like their version of the Illuminati, which is just all the super smart people in the world trying to do Illuminati shit. What if
sort of lampshaded in Multiverse of Madness?
Did they? I'll have to watch Multiverse of Madness again. But
no, isn't that was their like council, was like their Fantastic Four kind of deal.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, I remember that scene because they also had Charles Xavier there. That was good. And Mr. Fantastic was there. When are they going to be like show up in the 616 or the 616 adjacent? I guess it has its own number. I can just never remember what it is. I think it's a bunch of nines.
Jeff and John. Hold on, let me adjust my mic. Jeff and John from System Mastery had like the perfect like explanation where they're like, "Hey, so you know how like we have characters out of time. I mean, technically, like Thor feels like a character out of time because he hasn't been on Earth for a while. Captain America is a character out of time. Well, what if the Fantastic Four? The reason why they haven't been, doing hero stuff is that they were like an experimental like aircraft or aerospace project back in the 1960s who went up into like a nebula or space storm and disappeared. And they haven't been seen since, and it's because they were sent into the future. And so when they show up, they got that weird like retro tech vibe where they show up and like Reed Richards rushes up on all of his physics, and he's like, "Oh, hey, that Hawking's guy was there. The Hawking guy really understood what I was going for." That sort of thing. They all show up and out of the same portal, and that's how you explain. Oh, they have superpowers, and they basically weren't even on Earth with their powers until now because they were sort of sent into the future.
Right. Oh, wait, fuck, man, you distracted me. I was going somewhere with my thing. So, you know how there's the Illuminati, which is just the brightest minds? The Marvel's brightest minds. What if we had a group that was like that, but instead of being the brightest minds, their gimmick was just Kung Fu, and it was just like Iron Fist and Shang-Chi and like a bunch of other Kung Fu guys. And they just formed like this Kung Fu group of Kung Fu vigilantes.
Oh, just the martial arts themes.
Martial arts. Yeah, we need a martial arts themed superhero team. I don't think we've ever had that. And there's enough martial artists in comic books that I feel like we could make it happen. Granted, I can only name like 2 right now, but that's only because know one of
I would
them better,
totally-
and I was recently exposed to the other.
Back to my like Magic Towns idea, I would love if it's linked up where like M'Baku is aware of the other Magic Towns and has totally been there. And it's like, you knew about the Magic Towns? He's like, yes. How do you think I'm like ridiculously like super strong with no serum? It's because I learned this special, I don't know, strong body technique where I'm just really strong.
Wait, who's M'Baku?
M'Baku is he's the leader of his own like tribe that I think is like north of Wakanda.
Oh,
he's
right,
one of the,
the
like-
Jabari tribe. I like M'Baku.
Yeah,
M'Baku?
I
Wait,
li-
fuck,
I
what was
like
his
him 'cause he
name?
Just M'Baku.
M'Baku. Yeah, he was cool.
Baku.
Yeah.
He's fun.
Yeah, the
He's
Jabari
on
tribe
the-
is just like the tank tribe of Wakanda. It's
They're
a
just
group
built
of
different,
built
and I love it.
differently. It's just a group of tanks. It's a tank tribe. It's just a bunch of like Reinhardts and fucking like
Right. Sure,
a bunch
why not?
of like Reinhardts and Sigmas or whatever. Just tanks.
Who
Just
said Reinhardts
absolute.
and Sigmas, but I feel
beasts.
like Roadhog makes more sense because he's just a guy who just somehow takes a lot of damage.
Roadhog does make more sense. I just couldn't think of any other tank characters besides those two for some reason.
But I would love that as a concept where it's like, oh yeah, we've met with the other like what's the word, like some sort of like council of tiny magic towns.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And they like infused his tribe with just the power of like strength or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, press the.
Yes,
button.
I have to read it first. They outlined that where they outlined where Jack Hammer's body lay with tape. Why was that so hard to say? His body was found still inside the evil magistrate costume. I guess that's why the head part looks like a helmet. Funny, I expected a spear stabbing would leave at least a few bloodstains. I guess the costume must have absorbed most of it.
You know, I remember learning back in like elementary school that supposedly they don't like do chalk or tape outlines anymore.
Yeah, I
And-
heard that at some point.
And I've never seen like a crime scene or what's after a crime scene, so that kind of crime or whatever, so I wouldn't know. But I
Yeah.
remember learning about that and being like, oh dang, because that's like it's sort of one of those like cultural touchstones where it's like, ah yes, there was a dead person here. It's kind of like how we use like a floppy disk as a shorthand for like saving something, even though none of us use floppy disks.
Right. I remember.
What's this?
I remember watching All Grown Up. I can't remember if it was the show or the movie. The Rugrats sequel, All Grown Up. There was an episode where fuck, I lost my train of thought. What were you just talking about?
Oh, the shorthand that is
For
still.
floppy. Oh yeah, the
around,
Chaka line. Okay, so yeah, there was an episode, or it might have been in a movie. I can't remember which, because they had a couple movies. But they were trying to like do one of those noir style films, I guess. And like Dylan was playing a corpse who was outlined with chalk, and he like gets up in the middle of filming, and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing? Corpses don't get up and walk around." And he's just like, "They do when they have to go to the bathroom," and he just leaves.
It's weird because I feel like that unlocked a memory where I'm like, oh, I remember a joke like that, where it's like bodies don't get up.
Yeah.
It's
No,
like
there's.
It
God.
reminds me of that how to that like wiki how that's like how to be a Civil War corpse, and it's like step 1, join a Civil War enactment. Step 2, get really good at not moving for a bit.
Yeah. That's for reflecting light. They call it a reflecting screen or something like that. The assistant holds it during filming.
Huh.
What? Where's your enthusiasm for all things entertainment?
Well, lighting is fine, but I'd want to be the director, or maybe the Steel Samurai.
I think she's being serious. I mean, yeah, I'm super interested in like the entertainment industry, but as far as the entertainment industry, that's like the most boring thing about it. I want to be what the action is.
All the people who light all the people who light stages and stuff watching our stream, just like, oh, Lujack.
They're just like, dude, come on, uncool. I'm just kidding. Y'all are great. Every job in the entertainment industry is important and matters, and y'all deserve to be paid more. Crunch culture is bullshit. Video game industry, get your shit together. Stop overworking your employees to the point where some of them are committing suicide. It's not cool.
It's just let people make a game in a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah, and let them have lives while they're doing it, you know? Like, Last of Us 2 was the game of the year towards the end of the year, and that was great, but, you know, it could have also been the game of the year of the next year, and it would have been just as fine. Like, I seriously don't think we've had any game since Last of Us 2 that would have topped it so far if you had just, like, fucking waited.
Because I guess that was after. I mean, I would debate you, but I'm pretty sure that was after the games that I'm thinking of probably already got their game of the year, like Control 2019 and 2020.
Yeah, I think Control was 2019. Last of Us 2 was 2020. I know that because I read a bunch of shit on Twitter about that during the time that, like, the election was also happening, and there was this weird parallel, where, like, while all the Trumpy dudes were accusing Biden of stealing the election, there was also, like, a parallel with the gaming awards where everyone was accusing Last of Us and Naughty Dog of, like, buying all the election awards. And I remember thinking, wow, there's two groups that this is happening to, and both situations are just, like, the stupidest fucking thing.
It would be funny if, like, if we just... what's the word? Like, if there is, like, a direct, like, voting system, just make more direct voting systems or something for video games, because, like, that's everyone's issue with, like, the Oscars or the Electoral College or whatever, is that like, oh, there's, like, a handful of people and they vote for the thing, but, like, we have all this technology nowadays. We could have a thing that's like, you know, what's your favorite episode of SpongeBob on, like, a poll, and it would just make it mildly inconvenient to vote twice or to vote more than once, and you pretty much, like, guarantee that someone will go and vote and then be done, and then you'll figure out, you know, what really was the game of the year or whatever.
Yeah.
Although I do appreciate specifics, though. Like, I love things that are, like, awards for, like, level design or most, like, clever use of mechanics or whatever the heck.
Yeah.
Oh, and Kyle's in the chat, and he's like, I'm surprised you're not doing a holiday stream.
You know, you're right, but I don't have any holiday games.
Yeah.
I mean, we have...
Edition?
What's that?
What would we do? Chicken Invaders Holiday Edition?
Chicken Invaders Holiday Edition? Well, I mean, we have, like... I wonder if Multiverses has got a Christmas theme going on. We could have just done that. Well, it's not Christmas yet. What's that?
Satisfactory is having, like, an event thing, but I haven't quite figured it out.
Oh, I'll have to jump into that with you later.
Yeah, it's kind of funky.
Yeah.
Did you read? Camera. That must cost a ton. I'll touch it.
Look, Gordon, a camera. I can't stop doing that now.
Gotcha.
The worst part of it is that I've never even seen the video. I'm only doing that because I've heard you do it so many times.
Look, Gordon, bro. We can use these to reverse pits. Drink soda. It'll help you see faster.
Yeah, so don't touch it.
That's what the Sharingan does. It's like if you drank soda and you could see faster.
Sasuke gets powered up by drinking a soda. His Sharingan gets like 10 times stronger.
Yeah, it's like my, you know, I joke about it, but it also would be really funny if like the season finale to Stranger Things is where they've got like 11 in like a floating like tank or whatever that's full of water, and they're like, oh, she's losing the psychic battle, and they're like, oh, she just needs more electrolytes, and they just like pour a bunch of like
Gatorade
or something. Yeah, they pour a bunch of like Gatorade or like Baja Blast or something. I don't know, whatever would be out that year. Into there, and she gets electrolytes, and she like the entire West Coast power grid turns off. Like something, something can be cool and silly, and sometimes that's even better than it being serious, but not as cool. It's heavier than I thought. I can't read the voice. I don't know who it is.
Hey!
No, not touching that.
Hey!
doing
You
well.
there! Hey! Hey!
I forgot what voice I gave her, and I think you did. You do? Her
Did
voice?
I do her? Or did
Isn't
you do her?
the-
I feel
If I
like
recall correctly, she's like the assistant director or something. And I think I was like, oh, you should probably do her voice because I'm doing too many voices already.
oh yeah, okay, I'll do her voice. I'm gonna give her like a snooty valley girl voice. Sorry, my partner is kind of,
No, I don't know.
irresponsible. Who are you? Who, me? I'm an assistant here. I help with props and stuff, moving them around, ordering new ones, etc.
That's like my favorite job.
Nice.
The prop master. What was it? It's like the roadie, the most heroic of jobs or whatever. It's like prop master, the most heroic of stagehands.
Kyle says you should get Goat Simulator 3. Bruh, I ain't even got Goat Simulator 1 or 2 yet. I ain't even seen 2. I only saw 1 in a Let's Play.
Yeah, I haven't seen. Well, what's funny is that I remember going to like Coffee Stain to see their games, and I don't think on their own website they have Goat Simulator 2. I think they're doing that joke where they've made a game that's so advanced that they skipped 2.
It's like it's like how Leisure Suit Larry skipped over the 4th game and called it the missing floppies. If I recall correctly, the reason for all of that was because the creator was just having really bad writer's block and simply could not conceive a plot for the 4th game. Because especially after the trilogy that had happened, like, wrapped up everything as nicely as it was. Like, I watched Let's Plays for all of this, and honestly, after the 3rd Leisure Suit Larry game, there was nothing left to really tell. Like, their story was done, and he couldn't figure out how to, like, make any more games after that, so instead of trying to create a 4th one, he skipped over it and wrote, like, a 5th one, and just kind of pretended like it never happened, I guess. I don't know.
Now I'm imagining like a reverse, not a reverse. Was it like an anti-harem anime where the main character is Leisure Suit Larry and he just can't get laid? But it would totally have that like time skip where the 2nd season takes place and you can tell that like just other things have happened in the background. It's got a different theme song.
I love the idea that, like, Sierra games, like, you look at Sierra and you see, like, Space Quest about space and King's Quest about, kings and shit.
Kings.
And then you just have, like, Leisure Suit Larry. Like, between these guys fighting for their kingdoms in the sky going through space, you got just, like, a modern age dipshit in the modern age timeline who just can't get laid. And that's his whole thing.
I do wonder if I should make a point and click adventure game, but I want to make games. The thing is, I can't code, so when I say I want to make games, I just like design like art and flowcharts and how it's supposed to work. But I don't speak the language that'll make computers make it happen. If you know how to code video games, please hit me up on the Twitch, on the YouTubes, and
Yeah, if y'all can help Taylor, that'd be cool.
Your lawyers representing Mr. Will Powers.
Oh, you're WP's people?
WP.
WP. You're
Thanks,
Whoops people?
HP. Don't call me HP.
Don't call me
WP?
HP.
Oh, Will Powers. WP. I get it.
Whoop. Whoopee. I didn't envy, blah. I don't envy you guys one bit. But do what you can for WP, okay? He never hurt a fly. He has to be innocent.
Don't worry. Leave it to us.
Now let's talk. The day of the
The
crime.
day of the. Oh, I was gonna read that.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to steal your thunder there.
What if that was? What if that's another thing that I read? Is just the little title things.
Sure.
You read the scene intros in the green text, and I read the little blue rectangles.
Alright, yeah. We could do that. Could you tell me anything about the day of the murder? Yes, I was in the studio the whole day. I was the only assistant on staff that day, you see.
Only one assistant?
Yes, well, the studio is the studios isn't doing so well right now, and yesterday was only rehearsal for our action sequences.
I see.
In the morning, we went through the action sequences in the employee area. Whoop and Hammer were there, along with everyone else. Yeah, that's what I'm calling them. The employment area, that's where Powers' dressing room is, right? Oh wait, was that Pheonix or Penny? I think I just did Phoenix's line with Penny's voice.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh well, whatever.
Some kind of mind reader?
Some kind of mind reader? Yes, that's the place. Ah, he's a good-looking guy.
Yeah, he's another anime.
He's a handsome anime dude.
What's on his? Hold on. What's on his neck?
Looks like a necklace.
He's got. I'm like, it's too short to be a dog tag. This guy's got the anime life alert.
He does kind of look like someone who could be a vet and like became an actor after the war or something.
I was gonna say John Cena, and then I was like, wait, hold on, no, that's part of John Cena's character.
Yeah. After eating lunch there, Mr. Powers went to Studio 1. Then I saw Whoop go into his dressing room.
It must be really fun working with people who like used to be wrestlers who are actors, but like during their stunt scenes, because when they're trying to like do acting and stuff, that's new to them. But when they're doing stunts, they're like, oh wow, you're really. I heard this happened with Dwayne Johnson, where he was working with like a stunt choreographer, like a stunt guy or something. They're like, wow, you're really good at this. It's like, yeah, I used to do it for a half hour at a time.
Yeah, I used to do it like for a living, and now I'm gonna continue doing it for a living. I'm just going to do other stuff as well.
What if that's how we help wrestlers like transition into their acting roles? Is like let them do more stunts in their movies.
Yeah.
Just like really lean on it and be like, yeah, you could do whatever stunts you want as long as they're not terribly dangerous.
Yeah, as long as you know how to do them.
Yep. Oh, your line.
Yeah, but I don't see either of them after that. Will Powers. Did you know
he's gotten more nasally over time?
he's got? Sorry. Did you know that Mr. Powers was sleeping in his room? No, I wouldn't go in there unless I had some urgent message for him. I mean, it's his private. What kind of girl do you think I am? Well, what kind? No, I'm sure you're a fine girl. Sorry. So much for getting a confirmation of Powers' alibi. Well, that was a hilarious misunderstanding.
What do we do, Nick? We haven't found anything. If WP was the only one who came to the studio, let me move my mic. And he has to be the killer. Even have a photograph. We need to make like a Nickelback and take a look at that photograph.
Thank you. Sorry, I know you're
Shallow cut to my Nickelback fan.
Sorry, I know you're busy. Not really. Actually, there's been something bothering me.
Aha! That's what I'm talking about! That's what I'm talking about! A clue! A lead!
That's what the Rock is cooking! Well, I don't know about that, but that day, just after noon, I sensed someone was here. You sensed? Yes, several times.
It was the band several times.
Exactly. Some other studio employees, maybe? No, I don't think so. The only thing we had scheduled was an action scene run through. I was the only assistant here that day. I have a feeling it was someone from outside. Really?
Wait, if someone had come in here, wouldn't that, wouldn't that security lady have noticed them?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Editor, add in that yeah from the, I think it's Resident Evil.
Or the seems that way from Cowboy Bebop.
I love when things seem that way, and yeah.
Seems that way. I will
Yep.
never forget that.
Yep, we plow those fields every day.
Yeah,
Seems that way.
seems that way. I'm sorry, I don't have any better information than that.
No, thanks. That helps us a lot. Anything helps.
See, I did.
Guys, I'm going to make Hermes from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I don't remember which character that was, but that does sound pretty neat.
Yes, it does. I didn't see the comma and the no thanks, so I thought it was no thanks,
thanks.
instead of like no thanks.
I love the language, the sort of like language feel behind like yeah, no, yeah, or no, yeah, no.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
The elf that, yeah, okay, Hermes is the one who wanted to be a dentist. Why weren't you at elf practice? Yeah. Let's go put that security lady on the spot.
Sensing someone. So you sensed that someone other than the regular film crew was in the studio? Yes, I think. I think doesn't cut it in a witness testimony.
What about that security lady? Someone else came into the studio. She must have seen them.
What about your security, lady?
What about your security lady?
There's more stuff to examine though.
Oh, I just thought of something.
What?
So one of those, I was thinking about, so there was a series of Flash games that all sort of existed around the same time. They're about escaping rooms. They're often called something like Escape the Room, something like that. In fact,
Right.
I have a theory that the people who grew up with those games have just reached the age where they're like 25 to 30, and because of that, they're all like, hey, you know what would be fun if you could do in real life? And that's why escape rooms became a thing, is that all of them are adults now with enough capital to start a business.
That makes sense.
Like, it makes sense, right? It works. The math doesn't lie. But I was thinking about that, and there was a reverse one called Don't Escape the Room, where you're a werewolf, and you're like, oh, if I transform and I escape, then I'll eat all people, so I need to use all the things in this like shed to just like keep me from escaping, at least until like sunrise or something. And that was really clever. And I've been thinking about a game like that, but it's you're like one of those like supervillain prison things where you have to solve a bunch of like puzzles, and then like the simulation runs, and if you don't have all the pieces and they escape, and you're like, oh, I know what happened, what went wrong, and you like keep putting the layers on it.
Yeah.
Out, like how to make it work. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that camera. Wait a minute. It must cost a ton. I thought it said that might weigh a ton.
Yeah, no, different line. Yeah, so don't touch it.
It's heavier than yeah, we read this.
Wait, we did read that. Well, then why wasn't there a check mark on it? There wasn't a fucking check mark on it.
Hey, no, you can click on Mount Fuji.
Looks like a backdrop for a stage. This must be used in the Steel Samurai show.
Of course, that's the mountain, Mio Fujiyama.
No, you can't call it that.
Parmesan implies a smaller, cuter Parma-chan and an older, more noble Parma-sama.
my god.
Sorry, you're lying.
Doesn't the Steel Samurai take place in... Sorry, but doesn't the Steel Samurai take place in old Tokyo? Can you even see Mount Fuji from there? Not
Old
right.
Tokyo. Neo Old Tokyo.
Oh,
The old
right.
Tokyo that is recently refurbished.
Yeah, you know, it's like a Space Quest thing where it's like the future, but like what people thought it would be in the 80s.
It's the
So
future, but all the spaceships run on what it seems to be steam.
As you do.
Jeff and John had a bit like that where I think it was Jeff. He's like, I like sci-fi where ships are like grungy and they have like pipes and like bits of concrete for some reason. They all seem to run on steam.
Right.
Which is sort of like, which is funny because that was like a specific aesthetic that like just exists out there.
Yeah. October 16 Global Studios Mein Gatti.
What? It's still here. Really? You look as though you've seen a ghost. My ghost? Am I dead?
Talk. Read that, Taylor.
Assistance claim. I saw that suspicious look on your face.
I wanted to ask you again about yesterday. You came here at 1 p.m., correct? And the estimated time of Hammer's death was 2:30. Are you sure that Powers was the only one to go through here between those times?
Sure as can be. We have a witness who thinks that there was someone from outside here that day. What? Are you absolutely sure you were watching the whole time? Am? Just like a different theme song. Who was it? We're asking you who it was. Who told you that? Who dares question me?
Oh, right.
Or you better tell me quick, you spiky-haired cretin. Don't be complaining about the work I do, eh? I was expecting it to auto-scroll. So
yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
You're just talking to the assistant in Studio One. Her! She's not even a full-time employee! All you youngins...
Oh, there's the auto-scroll.
Same thing in the world. I new thing that spectrologists and others crying the shame that use these days for poor ladies. Growl!
She left.
I love how there's no animation. She just transparentizes and
she just disappears into the ether from whence she came.
Can you imagine a moment like if Toby Fox made like a Pheonix Wright style game, you would totally have that where characters always just disappear like you would expect, except for like one or two for comedic effect where it's like bye, and then like their sprite does like a little like it wiggles back and forth off the screen. Well, Nick. This is our chance to do what we can without her looking over our shoulders.
All right, I guess let's look around at... Oh, computer. The computer that runs the studio security cameras.
Nick! Look, Nick! A computer! We can use this to see photos. Maybe we can use that photo of Powers with this computer. Or we can see that photo.
Yeah, maybe. Should I try the computer? Try it! Okay, let's give it a try.
Like, I wish I could record like the keyboard sounds. Just... you know how to work these things, Nick?
Click, 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 click. Looks like I just have to enter in a few numbers. Clickety, clickety, clackety, clackety. Let's see. First, I need the date of the murder. It's not... I can't stop yawning. It looks like the camera...
One sleepy lad.
One sleepy lad. It looks like the camera turned on at 1 o'clock p.m. that day. 1 o'clock. ... That was when the security lady arrived at the guard station. Please enter the number of the security camera of...
Right, because it was a on court record, maybe.
Maybe. Hang on.
You access the court record to check.
Card key, checks, tab C, time of death, 10:15 at 2:30 p.m. Oh yeah. That's not a number here.
That's not a number we have.
That's not a number.
That's not a number. I made it up.
That's not a number. I made it up.
What would be the time?
Well, hang on. Guide map. Nope. All right. Well, we're just going to brute force our way through them. What could possibly happen? 703. There. Entered.
Nothing happened.
Huh. Maybe I got the number wrong.
Yeah, but like, we're gonna go look at the camera out in the alley.
Oh, that's stupid.
Do it.
Fine.
Do it quickly.
Fine.
Oof.
Where's that?
Outside studio.
Here.
Hey,
what's up, Gumshoe?
Examine camera. Security camera, and so on and so forth.
All I have to do is look at the date and you can turn it. There's a number playing on camera. ST1307.
307.
Cool, got it. Bye, Gumshoe. No, that's the wrong direction. God damn it.
No one's here.
Oh, okay. I guess the lady left.
I wonder if the security lady got mad at that assistant. Yeah, you think?
Probably. That's definitely a possibility. Move studio main gate. Examine. Let up. Let up. Camera run. Yeah, maybe should I try the computer?
Yes.
Try it. Okay, let's give it a
so
try.
let's do
Oh my god, stop talking. You know, all I had to do was go to the second one. Like, we didn't have to go look at the camera.
Well, we should have in the first place. That's how, like, it should have worked.
Yeah. There, entered.
Hey, it printed out the data for that day.
The day. Let's see what we got.
The pants! The pants! The pants!
Fucking pants!
The pants!
They are
You saw
way
it,
too
okay? You
long.
can pause it on that frame. Yeah, the pants are way too long.
They're
It's covered up with a text box.
Way too long. And I feel like that should have come up. I feel like Jack should have been shorter than freaking Will, and they should have been like, oh, these pants are a little long for him. But no, it never comes up. It's so stupid.
Yeah, like we saw them together once, but they were, they're always, maybe that's on purpose, but they're never standing next to each other. We have one of them, of Jack standing and Will sitting down. Yeah, Will sitting down, and we have one of Jack standing and Will falling over during practice. So we don't get a good look at their height difference.
And Will feels like a guy who would just be, like, surprisingly huge. Like, bigger than you would think. Like, he looks like he'd be a tall dude.
Yeah. So, like, it just doesn't make sense.
It just raises too many questions. Huh. How is this a picture of Will Powers? Oh, that was your line, sorry.
How is this a picture of Will Powers?
Well, he is the one who always wears that suit. I guess that's why the security lady thought it was him.
I don't imagine the detective was very happy with this photo as evidence. Something's printed on the back.
Huh?
It says Maya in blood?
Not again!
It printed out this little statue that says what time it is.
My sister's already dead. Who the fuck wrote this? Huh, October 15th, 2 p.m. Photo number 2.
What does that mean?
Maybe there's some more photo data from that day.
We need more photo. Oh, that's the only one in the computer.
We need more photogenics.
That means that the data must have been changed.
The data was corrupted. Powers was found to the court record.
Yeah, now we can look at that anytime and be like, see the pants? How they're way too long?
They're way too long.
Don't worry about it.
Pants are too damn long.
If the pants don't fit, you must quit.
You must have quit. I think I skipped over one of your lines, but...
Can we use the photo as evidence for the trial?
Yeah.
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 We'll put that security lady in her place with this.
Right. We'll put her in her place.
Hey, that's what I said. Anyway. Let's show her this photo and see what she says. At least we will. Next time on Game Grumps.
Well, we gotta finish the dialogue. Wait, let's not.
Why not?
It's never a good idea to reveal your hand to the enemy too soon.
Nick, you're craftier than I gave you credit for.
Well, yeah, I'm a lawyer. It's my job.
Why, you could be the next evil magistrate.
Why, you could even be the next. You could. Fuck. Hang on. Fucked up the line. Well, you could maybe even be the next Saul Goodman, is what I was trying to say.
Saul Goodman defending Soul bad guy in court.
Hey, why do I have to be the villain?
Max, it was just a joke. So, are we done for today?
I think this photo is what we needed for the trial. Still, it'd be better if we had some idea who the real killer was. Maybe it really is that security lady. To be continued.
So, Phoenix and Maya went off to find a new trial. Oh God.
It's gonna be tough for a lawyer and a shrine girl on their own. And we will see you guys next time.
It's been great. Blue Jack's gonna do the outro because we have decided that's how it will be. So
Yeah.
thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us. I've been Lujek.
I'm Taylor.
And I'm reminding you to take care.
Hey, awesome.
Don't try to bring your dead lover back to life by traveling back in time, because you might end up making your whole universe collapse in on itself.
And don't try using magic to create children when you could just make them any other way.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye! Only Marvel fans will get that.